The mission had started to unravel almost the moment they set foot on the alien surface. Lieutenant Maya Torres barely had time to register the flash of movement before pain exploded through her leg. The native serpent of Kepler 442b struck with terrifying accuracy, its glass-like fangs slicing straight through her environmental suit as if it were paper. She cried out and collapsed onto the glowing forest floor, watching helplessly as the creature vanished into the shimmering vegetation. Maya, report in. Captain James Reed's voice snapped through her communicator, strained with urgency. She tried to answer, but her throat locked up. A burning numbness crawled through her body as the venom spread. Her vision dimmed at the edges, the vibrant colors of the bioluminescent plants blurring together. The warnings echoed in her mind: this planet's wildlife was lethal, and the serpent's toxin was especially unforgiving. No antidote had been developed. 15 minutes, maybe less. Heavy footsteps approached. Through her fading awareness, she saw Reed kneel beside her. He was a seasoned officer, hardened by years of conflict across distant systems, yet the fear on his face was impossible to hide. "Stay with me," he said, hands already pressing against her injured thigh. Maya wanted to tell him the truth, that it was already too late. The venom was a devastating mix of neurotoxins and tissue-destroying agents, engineered by evolution to immobilize prey fast. Her lungs would fail soon. Reed didn't hesitate. He pulled his combat knife free and sliced open the damaged section of her suit. 2 puncture wounds oozed dark blood streaked with an oily shimmer. "What are you doing?" she whispered. "Making a bad decision," he answered. Before she could stop him, Reed lowered his mouth to the wound. He drew out the venom and spat it onto the moss. The liquid hissed and burned the plant matter black on contact. Again and again he repeated the process, ignoring the growing pallor in his own face. Slowly the haze in Maya's mind began to lift. Whether it was his actions or sheer hope, she didn't know. She watched him, seeing not just her commanding officer but a man driven by something deeper than duty. On the 7th attempt, Reed collapsed beside her, coughing violently. "Captain?" Maya forced herself upright. His lips had turned bluish, his breathing shallow. "Absorbed it, through my mouth," he gasped. "Didn't think that part through. Training overrode fear." Maya dragged herself to her gear pack and tore open the emergency medical kit. Inside was a single general-purpose detox injector, meant for unknown chemical exposure, not alien venom. It was their only chance. She injected it into Reed's neck without hesitation. The sharp hiss echoed through the forest. They waited. Then his breathing steadied, the color returning to his face. He looked at her weakly. "You used the only dose." "You sucked poison from my leg," she replied. "Fair trade." A rough, painful laugh escaped him as they lay there together beneath the glowing alien canopy. For a long moment neither of them spoke. The forest around them pulsed softly, the bioluminescent plants brightening and dimming like a living heartbeat. Above, the twin moons of Kepler 442b crept into view, casting pale light through the towering alien trees. "I need to tell you something," Reed finally said, his voice low. "Save your energy," Maya replied. "You're still not stable." "No," he insisted, turning his head toward her. "You need to know why I did that. It wasn't just because I'm your captain." Her chest tightened. She had spent 2 years maintaining strict professionalism, ignoring the small moments, the way he checked on every crew member personally, how his smile lingered longer than necessary. Fleet rules were clear. Relationships like this were forbidden. "Don't," she murmured. "We can't." "I know," Reed said softly. His hand found hers in the moss between them. The contact sent a shock through her that had nothing to do with venom. "When I thought I was losing you," he continued, "everything else stopped mattering. I realized I'd been lying to myself." Maya squeezed his fingers. She had built walls around her emotions, convincing herself that what she felt was admiration, nothing more. But lying there, facing death, those defenses crumbled. "This is complicated," she said. "Everything important is." Before she could answer, her communicator crackled to life. "Torres. Reed. We have your position. Extraction team arriving in 3 minutes." Reality rushed back in. "Duty. Regulations. Reg. We'll deal with it later," Reed said quietly. "Right now we survived." The roar of engines shattered the forest's calm as the extraction team descended. Bright lights cut through the darkness while medics rushed to them, scanners humming as they assessed the damage. Maya was lifted onto a stretcher, separated from Reed as they were loaded into different transport pods. Through the clear canopy she caught a glimpse of him. Their eyes met across the chaos, sharing an unspoken understanding before the doors sealed. 3 days later, Maya stood before the medical review board aboard the orbital station. Doctors questioned her relentlessly. The venom should have killed her, yet Reed's intervention had delayed its effects long enough for her body to fight back. Combined with the partial detox injection, she had survived with minimal lasting harm. Reed's case fascinated them even more. He absorbed a significant amount of venom, the lead physician explained. But the detox triggered an accelerated adaptive immune response. His body produced antibodies at an unprecedented rate. In simple terms? Maya asked. He's immune, the doctor said. And we can synthesize an anti-venom from his blood. Maya felt pride surge through her chest. So he just saved every future explorer on Kepler 442b. Already in progress, the physician confirmed. She left the chamber with one thought repeating in her mind. She needed to see him. Maya found Reed on the observation deck, standing alone before the massive viewport. Kepler 442b rotated slowly below them, its surface glowing with the same living light they had seen in the forest. Looks peaceful from up here, Reed said without turning around. Hard to believe it nearly killed us. Almost, Maya replied, stepping beside him. They stood in silence, watching the planet spin. The enormity of what they had survived settled between them. I heard about the anti-venom, she said. Funny how things turned out. We went searching for resources, Reed said. Instead, we found something that might make colonization possible. She nodded, then took a breath. The board reassigned me. New ship. Different sector. Reed's jaw tightened, though he kept his voice calm. Probably smart. Is it? She asked. He turned to face her, conflict written clearly across his expression. When I saw you on that forest floor, nothing else mattered. Not rules. Not command. Just you. You saved me, Maya said quietly. James, he corrected. When it's just us. She shook her head. We can't. I know, he said. But we're out here risking our lives to push humanity forward. We deserve something real. Her thoughts returned to the moment they had shared, when death stripped away pretense. What are you suggesting? I'm requesting a lateral transfer, Reed said. Research coordination. No direct command. Her breath caught. You'd give up field command? For a chance at this? Yes. He paused. But only if you want it. I won't pressure you. Maya looked down at their nearly touching hands, then back at the glowing planet below. They had survived the impossible, and found something unexpected along the way. I'll stay, she said. The smile that spread across his face outshone the planet beneath them. We take it slow, she added. As slow as you want, he agreed. We've got time. Through the observation window, Kepler 442b continued its endless rotation, indifferent to human struggles and triumphs. Its jungles still hid dangers, secrets, and discoveries waiting to be uncovered. But for now, Maya felt grounded in a way she hadn't before. The weeks that followed were filled with reports, evaluations, and preparations. Reed's blood was already being used to finalize the anti-venom, ensuring future expeditions wouldn't suffer the same fate. His sacrifice, intentional or not, had changed the trajectory of humanity's expansion. Maya watched him from a distance during briefings, the same disciplined captain in public, nothing out of place. But in quiet moments, their shared glances carried everything they couldn't say aloud. Fleet regulations hadn't changed. The risks remained. But so did their resolve. One evening, as the station lights dimmed to simulate night, Maya joined Reed once more at the viewport. We almost died, she said. But we didn't, he replied. And now we decide what that means. She rested her hand against the glass. The galaxy is massive, dangerous, and full of chances, he said. She smiled. Sometimes the most extraordinary discoveries weren't planets or resources, but the moments when someone refused to let another person slip away.